Hello, and welcome to A Disney's Life. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Oh my, you need to go.
Oh, I've got that up over there.
Henry's computer is going over there, and we will end up with an echo. So hello, and say hello to us back. Hello, Miss Sarah. Sarah just sent me a message. I'm not sure what that's all about, Sarah. I'll have to check that message out as it was coming in. Something about my messenger reminding you of Mom's Day in the Park, which, yay, Mom's Day in the Park is coming up.
It's like another month or so away, right?
Yeah, right. So I hate that any of you guys may have missed the chance to do Mom's Day in the Park, but it is happening very soon for those of us who signed up. So go ahead and share out. Let everybody know that we are having a show tonight. I'm very excited because we're talking about Cinderella Castle, the last weenie of the four that we are speaking of. Right? I know you laugh, but as I was, well, I'll come back to that in a minute. But anyway, we do have a little bit of park news to talk about.
That's good, because I did strictly on Cinderella's Castle.
That's good.
I hope you have knowledge.
That's good. That's good. I do have some knowledge, some important knowledge, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, first of all, we just have a few more days, basically about 15, maybe a little bit more than that, to book the spring discount for Disney World, Walt Disney World. And there's also some great deals on a few cruises out there right now, so you want to double check and get with your Middle of the Magic travel agent about those cruises that you may be able to get a discount, which is kind of unheard of for Disney to throw out some discounts, but I guess maybe they're needing some cruisers.
I guess so.
No, too bad they fall while I'm at work.
You know,
Otherwise, I would be getting on the boat. Ship. It's a ship. I always call it a boat, but I know it's a ship.
No, so, and I understand that, because a lot of times you have your non-school times.
Yeah.
You know, or school times, like ACES doors. During school, a little harder.
Homeschooling parents, now is your time.
That's right.
Yes.
Go whenever the public school is still going on.
I think they already know that, probably.
I think they do, too.
Yeah.
No big news flash, no revelation there, sorry.
With that said, and I'll mention this a couple of times this evening, Middle of the Magic Travel, who is our sponsor, is currently hiring. So here is a picture, Work with Mickey's Best. As you can see, a picture of some of our agents. I'm not in any of those pictures. I'm not sure how that happened. I do work with the very best travel agency that is out there, in my opinion, and they are currently hiring. It's a great agency to work with. It's non-competitive. It's located 10 minutes away from Disney World, and it is also, there's lots of benefits to being a Disney travel agent, but Middle of the Magic Travel offers you to make 100% commission on your own travel after you sell a certain amount each year. So, if you're looking to become a Disney travel agent, why not join our team? And let's have a little bit of fun together, because it is a really a non-competitive environment.
It's one of the things that I really like about it is that we have our own private Facebook group that if you have a question, hey, I'm in the middle of getting ready to book somebody to, I have a client that wants to go eat at XYZ restaurant, and I personally have never eaten there. Can anyone give me some quick pointers on it? Let me know, is this a good fit or not? Here's the family, and so I know that we've done on a number of occasions throwing shout-outs to our group going, all right, someone tell us about this, that, and the other.
That's right. So, Middle of the Magic Travel. Great agency. If you need to figure out how to get in touch with them, middleofthemagictravel.com. Find them on Facebook, and if you need me just to forward you on to the right place, you can get us at Disney's Life, of course. So, yeah, Middle of the Magic Travel, and they are our sponsor. They allow this wonderful show to happen every week-ish.
45 Sundays out of the year. How about that?
Yeah. So, about the news that has come out of Disney. So, it's just so funny. This is pretty exciting for somebody like me.
Okay.
So, first, I want to start by pulling out this picture, and hopefully, I need to make sure there's no dust on it either. So, this is one of my favorite pictures right here. That's me, circa 1980 something, 88 or 89, I can't remember which. Anyway, look at, wrong side. Look at that right there. Yep, that is the fountain that's in front of Spaceship Earth. That is no longer there anymore. Well, the fountain's there, but that little piece is not there anymore. And that's something that I've always missed since they took it away. Now, the front of EPCOT, as you know, is full of these
memorials.
They're not memorials. Some people like to call them gravestones, but they're not. They're people who I wish I would have done it, had done the legal legacy.
Yeah,
where
that's right.
Yeah, where they paid to leave their legacy, and it has like a little etching of maybe their face if they wanted to on these sort of futuristic, future-styled
Sculptures.
stones. That's why some people call them memorials.
Okay.
They kind of look like headstones, but they're really big. Anyway, they're moving those. They are going to move those away now, and they're going to put them out front. So
yeah,
people,
they're not going away with them. Not doing away. We're just moving them to location.
So first of all, if there's anybody who's watching, please in the comments tell us if you are on that legal legacy, those stones that are found in the park right now. Anyway, they are moving those out, and we're getting a new look at EPCOT. I think this is it. All right. So I don't know if you can see.
We can't point to anything for you.
Unfortunately, we cannot. But this is going to be the new entrance of EPCOT, and it's supposed to be done by the anniversary of Disney, the 50th anniversary, of Disney.
2021.
Yes. So if you notice, there are no headstones there, and if you look right there in front of Spaceship Earth, you will see the fountain. And they are supposed to reimagineer the old fountain. I'm really excited about it. But if you look, there's all this beautiful landscaping there.
Foliage.
Yeah, I was going to say foliage, but I felt like landscaping
Landscaping is the right word.
might be better. But anyway, that was just recently announced. I have spent some time looking at this picture, zooming in, trying to get some details to see what all I might be missing or not missing in the picture. If you notice up in the left-hand corner, I'm not sure if it's the left-hand corner for you guys, it may be the right-hand corner, but the gold dome, that's the Wonders of Life. And that's where the second news came out. All this time, we've been seeing Wonders of Life as our festival pavilion. Mm-hmm. The last time I was in there, which I guess was this past October. No, November. I was in there this past November when I went down with Mom and the girls.
That's right.
They had done some work inside the pavilion because there had been some damage, like some water damage in the pavilion.
Yeah, it came from the last big hurricane.
It may have, I'm not really sure.
I think so.
But anyway, they had done some work, and so I was just checking out some of the work that they had done and seeing if some of the water damage on the inside, because the moguls that are in there still exist.
Okay.
And it didn't look like they had fixed any of that. But I do know that they had fixed the outside of the structure.
Yeah.
Because they've been working on it. Well, it was announced that we are going to get a new inside to
a new pavilion.
Yes, a new pavilion. And I have also spent some time zooming in and checking this out. Didn't really see anything that just sort of, jumped out at me other than several Pixar items. I see Edna Mode. I see the Joy from
Inside Out.
Inside Out, yeah. Inside Out. Of course, being a Disney nerd, what caught my eye immediately? What catches your eye immediately, Henry?
Oh, the big play button on top.
Nope, that's not what got it.
That's what caught my eye.
No, that's the Incredibles.
Okay, that looks also like the play button to me. Right.
Yeah, that's the Incredible. I think that's the Incredibles sign. I could be wrong, but it's the Wedway over here.
Oh, I did not see that.
Wedway, meaning Walter Elias Disney, and it used to be called the Wedway People Mover. Out at Disneyland. So this is going to be a whole new pavilion that we're going to get to hang out in. I'm really excited about that news. So EPCOT really...
Again, being ready for 2021?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
So EPCOT really is, when we were out at D23, Tom Fitzgerald, who was the original Imagineer to my all-time favorite attraction, Horizons.
Mm-hmm.
He is in charge of the reimagineering of EPCOT, and I was super psyched to hear that because he was a part of the original EPCOT. And, they said that they were going to get this really big overhaul, and I've kind of been sitting back waiting. I'm like, is this really an overhaul? I'm not seeing an overhaul. But in fact, yes,
Yeah.
we are getting an overhaul.
A very
EPCOT.
significant overhaul.
Yeah. So, pretty exciting news.
Yeah.
And on the same day, Universal put out some news. They put out the opening date of the new roller coaster that we've been anticipating. I don't know. It's the one where you get to, it's Hagrid's.
Thank you, Hagrid. Yeah. Hagrid's motorcycle.
I believe it's June 13th is the opening date, if I remember correctly.
I saw the announcement, but I was dealing with a convention still, so.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. I do know over time, I've been looking at some videos and some things on YouTube where people are trying to predict what this roller coaster is going to be about, and I think it's going to be some top-notch technology. But what else can you expect from Universal? They're all about the major thrills.
Yeah.
So it should be pretty cool. All right. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and get into our show topic tonight. The last one of the weenies that Walt wanted in his parks, and why not end with Cinderella Castle?
That's right.
Cool. So Cinderella Castle was inspired by who, what, when, where?
This is inspired by Cinderella, obviously. Duh. It's called Cinderella's Castle. It was inspired by
that.
Actually, I did not go write down the name of the castle.
You've been there, haven't you?
I've personally been there.
Yeah.
As a young child, but I did not go and get you that information. I hope you did.
I would butcher the name. It's like New. It starts with an N.
Yes.
New.
I'll ask Mom and Dad to come on one day.
This is a great book, Disnerds, if you like this. So this is called Imagineering Field Guide, and it tells you all just little tidbits of information. This is a rated G show, I promise. Anyway, of the Magic Kingdom, and they actually have one for the other parks too. One of my favorite. It's written by the Imagineers. I don't know who or what, but it says in here the name of the castle.
Neuschwanstein, isn't it?
Where is it at? Do you see it?
No, I just also it came back to me.
Oh, okay. I also have another book that I use that gives it, and then I can give you the exact name. Anyway, so it was themed actually after somewhat, parts of it were pulled from this castle in Germany, but it was also pulled from French castles. Now, the Sleeping Beauty Castle was 100% based on the one in Germany. And this one, however, is a mix of Gothic and French.
It's Neuschwanstein?
Neuschwanstein.
Yeah. It's Mad King Louis.
Yeah, Neuschwanstein. So yeah, it is based off of that. How tall is it?
So, how tall do you think? Okay, no.
I know how tall it is.
It's 189 feet tall. What I found interesting with that is the fact that it is 100 feet taller than Snow White's castle.
Snow White?
Yes. Isn't it? Sleeping Beauty, sorry. I read Snow White. My bad.
Snow White didn't have a castle.
She didn't have a castle. Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Yeah.
I did not realize that it was 100 feet taller.
Well, think about it. I mean, when you go out to Disneyland, any of you guys have been to Disneyland, speak up, because that's the first thing people say. People who are used to going to Disney World and then they go to Disneyland and they go, whoa, hold up. This is very different.
Oh, I knew it was different. I knew it was extremely different. I just didn't realize how much larger this one was than the other one.
Yes. So, Cinderella Castle is much taller.
Yeah.
Much taller.
Yeah, 100 feet taller.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. A lot of people are disappointed by Sleeping Beauty Castle when they go to Disneyland, which I wasn't, because it has a real drawbridge.
It does have a real drawbridge, where the one in Florida, well, it does
not. Yeah. Sarah says the Disneyland Castle is teeny tiny. And then she says, no offense, Disneyland. But yes, Disneyland's castle is teeny tiny.
It is.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's 189 feet tall. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful castle.
It is.
It's definitely meant to set a tone for Fantasyland.
It did. It most certainly does. And there's a great job of that, too.
Yes.
You know, so because that is the fantasy of so many people is either A, you wanted to be a little girl and be a princess in the castle, or B, you're a little boy who wanted to own a castle.
Well, and when you walk through, and we'll talk a little bit about what you see when you walk through Cinderella Castle, but when you walk through Cinderella Castle, you're walking into a kingdom.
Yep.
And as you walk all around Fantasyland, you'll see you can see the castle from wherever you are, because that's the way it would have been in a village, right?
Yeah.
That belongs
Correct.
to I'm probably
a noble.
a castle or whatever.
Noble.
So, yeah.
Your villages came up around where a noble had his.
Right. And so you can see it from everywhere. As a matter of fact, when they did the new Fantasyland expansion, they got to even sort of go a little bit farther with it, and they added some pieces out into Fantasyland that are castle wall pieces.
Oh, yes.
And I think partially that was because they were trying to differentiate between, like, Belle's Castle.
Right back one second.
Oh, is everything okay?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, Henry is going to check on something. So Sarah says that Cinderella Castle inspires a tear every time she walks into the Magic Kingdom. Yeah, I admit that every time I see it when I walk in, I definitely have an emotion, I guess you could say, or I just get really excited. It's like the same time I've been to Disney, I can't even begin to tell you how many times, and every time I get the same sort of reaction of excitement or just, wonder and the magic. It's just something else.
So of course, I like the facts. I love the neat fun facts. Like the fact there's 1.3 million gallons of water to fill the moat.
Oh, yes, there is a moat.
Yeah, the moat going around, which used to have little swan boats in it, which no longer does.
Yes.
Although there are swan boats on our map still, so,
On that map?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that map is from, 1977.
I know.
Oh.
I understand exactly why it's there. But it was so much water involved with it. Here's a fun one for you.
Okay.
How many towers were in the original design?
How many towers?
How many towers?
7.
There are 29 towers in the original design.
How many towers are there now?
There, up until the newest expansion on it, there were 27. On the opening, they only had 27.
I did not realize.
Do you know why the 13th and 17th tower were not made?
Wait, I'm confused. What do you mean the 13th and 17th tower?
So your towers, your original 27 towers, all have numbering on it.
Okay.
1 through 29.
Okay. And now there's 27.
Whenever they opened up, they only had 27.
Okay.
Tower 13 and Tower 17 were never made.
13, bad luck. Is there some kind of cool Disney history behind this?
Actually, it goes a lot to Imagineering. It has a lot to do with Imagineering.
Okay, tell me.
It made no change in the perspective of the castle from any point of view.
The force perspective. So they took it out.
But yeah, there's no need to build it.
Let's face it, guys. That's about bottom line.
Yes, it was. Where they looked at it and said, nowhere, where you stand at, you can't see the difference of it. So why build it?
Yeah, why build it?
Yeah. So.
If you build it, they will come. Oh my gosh, Walt Disney was the original Field of Dreams. Oh my gosh, I just dawned on me.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. So.
Well, Sarah did just say that she believes that Cinderella Castle is the most photographed landmark in the world. I believe I have heard that myself too.
Yeah, because the entire world goes to Disney World every day.
It's the #1 family destination in the world.
It sure feels like it some days.
Yes.
Especially in summer.
No, especially in October.
No, Epcot's most visited. Yeah.
Yes. All right.
So,
what else you got for me?
All right. So, other fun facts that I found out for you.
Okay.
You're talking about walking through the castle, which, if you have not taken the time to go up the stairs through the stage area and walk through the castle and see the murals over there. There are 5 beautiful murals telling the story of Cinderella.
Yes. They're made little tiles.
They are made of tiles. How many tiles?
Is it like 13,000?
It's about 200,000.
Oh,
tiles.
200,000.
It took like 22 months to complete it. Some of the tiles are made out of sterling silver, even.
Yeah, and gold.
And gold, yes. Well,
it's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of artwork.
It very much so is.
Hiccups, honey?
All of a sudden, I got a couple of them there, but I got rid of them. See, they went out and they're gone. So, how many bricks make up the castle?
There aren't any bricks in the castle.
What? How do you build a castle without bricks?
It's
just so silly.
magic.
It is, or it's steel and concrete.
So, how many spires can you take off for hurricanes? Because I know they have to take those off.
Well, of course you do. I mean, why would it not? Listen, it is so much easier just to build a castle that can transform into a flat piece than it is to turn around and just build it to withstand 110 mile per hour. Oh, no, it's around. It's easier just to build it, make it 110 mile per hour resistant. So
that is a big myth. You'll hear that all the time, that people ask, hey, can you take those off for the hurricanes? But you can't rebuild it to withstand.
See, now actually what it is, do you know how many elevators there are on the castle?
1.
3.
Okay.
There are 3 elevators.
Okay.
They really meant to build a 4th one. So the first one is the elevator to take you up to Cinderella's royal table.
Okay.
Okay. The second one is the dummy waiter for Cinderella's royal table.
Okay.
The third one is for the utilidors, and to get up to the what originally was to be Walt's family suite.
Yes.
Which became the dream. What do they call it now?
Oh gosh. The Cinderella suite.
No, it actually has a name for it. It's like Dream Suite something. I forgot what
I can't sell it, so I don't know the name of it.
That's true. So it is a giveaway thing.
And I definitely don't think I'll ever be able to get into the Castle Dream Suite. Thank you, Sarah.
The fourth elevator that they meant to build and they didn't was an elevator that would just bring the whole castle down.
Oh my gosh!
What? No. See, it's so much easier. Build a large elevator.
Oh, you can take a tour of the Castle Dream Suites now.
There was a lot of information on the internet. I didn't talk about it a whole lot because I missed the point. You can take a tour. So
that's cool. That's really cool. I think that would definitely be worth the tour.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would enjoy that.
I would. A lot of the stuff talks about how beautiful it is. Very lush, very great stuff. So.
Yeah, it's a part of that package. So Sarah says it's a part of the large VIP tour package. That's a package I've looked into, but I've never booked as of yet.
So, holiday lights. We love our lights at Disney, don't we?
Mm-hmm,
we put tons of them out. Now, I was incorrect. I'm sorry. There was 300,000 tiles of murals.
Oh wow!
So there's 200,000 lights on the castle.
During the holidays, when it has the frozen overlay.
It has the overlay and stuff like that. Do you have electricity that uses that?
No, but that would be why Disney is probably working with the electric company down there to have all those new solar panel farms.
Yeah.
It doesn't use that much. They're all LEDs.
They're all LEDs. Yeah. It uses about the same amount as your average home dryer.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Uh-uh.
Well, let me rephrase that, guys. We're on the internet, so everything on the internet is true, and I found my information off the internet. But it did come from a reputable site.
Okay.
So, I will give the point that it was a very reputable site.
Okay, that's cool. So, I did not know that. I learned something new today. So, do you know the name of the restaurant that was there before it was Cinderella's Royal Table?
It's Cinderella's Castle. Who else's table can we have?
Well, who was in Cinderella Castle before Cinderella?
Sleeping Beauty? Snow White.
King Stephen's.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Latin.
And we actually have had breakfast at Cinderella Royal Table, and I'll be completely honest with you, over all these years, I have not eaten at Cinderella's Royal Table often, because it's just not been at the top of my list. But it's you have to do it. You have to do it at least once. We just went for our 5 years.
It is on a 5-year anniversary. So, it was a lot of fun with it. Can you fly your plane over Cinderella's Castle?
Well, you can now. I don't think you could.
You cannot.
You can't?
Nope.
I think those no-fly zones are gone now, though.
Nope. It was renewed in 2014. It is still listed as a temporary flight restriction that was brought on during 2000, brought on because of 9/11.
Yeah, okay. I've just seen some planes fly over.
You can fly really close. The flyover space is very small.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, it means the fact that it's not possible to fly your plane right over it. Now, some planes are allowed to fly over it, and you're allowed to get special permission to. Like, you have to apply for a permit, basically, that says, I want to be able to do this, and they give reasons. So that, obviously you're not flying over, Magic Kingdom and dropping bombs on us.
Okay. Well, anyway.
Hey, safety and security, folks.
So, there are definitely a couple of little hidden gems, I would say, around Cinderella Castle. One of my favorites is the fountain over to the left side, if you're facing Cinderella Castle. When you take the walkway up beside the castle, which, by the way, great picture opportunities over there. Once you get to the top, you will see Cinderella's fountain, and you'll see her and her her Ella, because she's called Cinderella because her name's Ella, but she had cinders on her face from the ashes of being a slave, basically, to her stepmother. But she's in her domestic wear, not her princess wear, and she's you can tell she's like sitting there fountain, talking to the birds or whatever. It's a beautiful piece, and if you are position yourself in just the right way, you will actually see a crown over the top of her head based on the mural behind her.
Oh, super cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And then on the other walkway, you will actually find a wishing well.
Yes, I do have a wishing well.
Yes, that's pretty cool. I really enjoy walking those walkways. And just a little pro tip, those are great walkways to take if you're trying to get from one place to another quickly. They do close them off during the fireworks and certain times of the day, but definitely use those walkways to get to Fantasyland from
Especially
the Castle Hub.
If the show's going on stage, it's great.
Yeah.
You don't have to at that point.
Yeah, great pro tip.
Yep.
I love Cinderella Castle. I think it's beautiful. I personally like the picture from the other side of the fantasy, or the other side of the castle.
Back over by the carousel?
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot more windows to look at and a lot of pictures, really cool pictures to look at. Anyway,
very cool.
It's beautiful. Cinderella Castle is, I think, well, like Sarah said, it is one of the #1 photographed landmarks in the world. And I think it's really cool.
Well,
it's kind of like your fantasy right there in real life.
Well, I agree with that. So, have you ever noticed the strange things that are on it?
Like, what do you mean?
Well, like, bring up a picture of the clock.
Oh, okay. Picture of the clock. All right.
Tell me what seems odd on that picture.
Well, I don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
You've already passed it. Go back.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Is that how you count 4 in Roman numeral?
Oh no, because 4 is a V and a 1.
It's IV.
Yeah, IV. Yeah.
Except that didn't come about until after the colonial period here in the United States. It used to be 4 of them.
Oh, well, that's a bit of detail.
So you can actually, before the colonial period, you would have actually wrote down 1, 1, 1, 1. You would have 4 of them on there.
That's interesting.
The rest of them were all done that way. It was only on the 4.
How about that?
So you'll actually find that in Cinderella's film and over the American Adventure Pavilion.
How about that?
They have. I did not know that until I was doing some research for tonight's show. I was like, that was cool. So a little
nice
bit of
attention to detail, Disney. Good job. That's what they're good at.
They're very good at that.
That.
So there you are. A little bit of history knowledge for you tonight is that IV was not 4 until after the colonial period.
Well, you have any other fun facts about Cinderella?
Let me go back and make sure I didn't miss any. I tried putting bullet points on that. I tried writing too fast.
So definitely take some time to wander around Cinderella Castle. You'll see a lot of cool details. I enjoy just hanging out there at night. At night, particularly on the left-hand side, when you're on the bridge leading into Liberty Square, you can get some great pictures of the castle with the light shining on it lit up Christmas time too. The best place to watch the fireworks, in my opinion, is in front of Cinderella Castle. Directly, like in front of Cinderella Castle. Not like as far up, as close as you can get, but kind of your back up to the front of that little hub piece in the middle.
Sure.
It's a really great view. It's a really great place.
I mean, I know that, personally in our family, you're talking about the EPCOT picture for you. My mother has a picture holding my little sister in front of the castle, and then whenever we took our youngest daughter down there, she wanted a picture also again of she hold a grandchild, in front and recreate that picture again. So
yeah, it's a great place to have a family photo.
Yeah.
We've
had a number of them.
Yep. Great place to share memories. So make sure that you take your family and you have a picture taken in front of Cinderella Castle.
Yep.
Cool. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up our show this week. And we will not be back next week.
Nope, you'll be coming back from Mom's Day at the Park.
That's right.
So, I don't know, I might do one without you.
Okay, we'll have fun with that.
Yeah, we'll see. Stay tuned, we'll see.
I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll be back in time and I can share with you about all the new things that I have learned over the weekend at Mom's Day in the Park. I'm very excited about that.
I might Skype you in.
Hey, you never know.
While you're driving down the interstate.
If not...
That sounds dangerous.
Well, I'll just make sure that Amy's driving.
Okay.
So we will see you, if not next Sunday, the Sunday after.
That's right. Like I said, we're here about 45 Sundays out of the year.
And next week, we're going to be taking some questions and answering questions about traveling to Disney, because we are the Disney experts. And remember, Middle of the Magic Travel is our agency sponsor. I'm an agent with Middle of the Magic Travel. And so is Sarah, who's been chiming in on the conversation, and there's many other wonderful agents that work with Middle of the Magic Travel. And if you want to be one, make sure you get in touch with them. Otherwise, contact us for your next Disney vacation. You all have a fantastic week. We'll see you next Sunday, 9 o'clock.
Walt Disney World time.
Bye-bye, guys.
See ya.